I had an original Zelda that was yellow, not metallic gold. When I went to college, my brother sold it for some weed. Come to find out that cheap cartridge, because it wasn't shiny, is worth a bunch of money today. I can't say that I've ever seen a yellow one. That is unfortunate. Luckily, I don't think I've ever had anyone sell something of mine without my permission. I imagine I would be pretty irate with them. Was a banana yellow? Yeah, I can't say that I've ever seen that version. So I imagine it's awfully rare. Older brother sold all my games that I had bought. You're not the first person that you know I've heard. Unfortunately, I've heard from a handful of people like with similar things where when we talk about collecting that someone in their family sold off stuff that they'd had, and it's just, you know, I'm always sorry to hear it because it's just mind-boggling to me. The yellow Zelda cart was a test cart? So I do, you know, like I do like having a physical collection, and I do add to it, but pretty slowly nowadays because retro games are so pricey, and you know, like I always say, the only reason I have the collection I have is because I got really interested in retro games back when no one cared about them and they were all cheap. You could still go to flea markets and garage sales and, you know, get boxes of them for like $10 or $20. And or really, like, you could find some crazy good deals. You could go to a thrift shop and find a whole bunch of games for $1 a piece. And like good stuff too, but I try like I'm usually not interested in collecting and seeking out particular titles for their rareness or collectability. I like to think that everything that I add to my collection is something I legitimately have an interest in playing. And fortunately, I've become increasingly interested in playing really cheap garbage. from like a collectability, like from like a collector's value perspective, my collection has really become watered down with meaningless trash. but I'm okay with that. Something I do have that that is rare and valuable, but only valuable for dumb collector like rarity reasons. The only thing I have that I think fits that category is I do have Clay Fighter Sculptor's Cut on the N64, which is a pretty rare and valuable game. But I didn't know that when I bought it, and I only paid $4 for it. I do have DuckTales too. That one I paid a more reasonable price for. Or like a more like, it's more like appropriate to like what people were asking for it for. I think I paid around $60 or $70 for it. It was not a very early addition to my collection. It's hard to remember. It's hard. I'm not good. Like I don't keep records of what I pay for stuff, and so it gets really fuzzy. I don't think I've ever spent. I don't think I've ever spent over $80 for an individual game. I think 70 something is probably the highest I've ever paid. Paragon Mage, great to see you. We're just we're playing Contra 3. I'm not doing very good at it. I seem to have met my match at stage 4. I keep running out of continues on stage 4. Stage 1 through 3 are going all right, but stage 4 is a never-ending nightmare. But I'm having fun, and we're just kind of talking about game collecting a little bit. I think I paid 70 something for the Cryon Conquest. I think that's the most money I ever spent on a game. If I'm not confusing it with something else. Only game I've paid more than $60 for is Monster Hunter World plus DLC. I didn't think about DLC. I might have... DLC for a game might have pushed me over that before. I'd have to think, because I usually don't buy a lot of DLC, though. There isn't much to argue about buying a game retail while it's in release. Well, I mean, yeah, that's true. That's usually to be expected. Though I do like to wait I do like to hold out for a deal sometimes. More often than not, usually now. In fact, not a lot of stuff I feel like I have to have at release. As far as I know, I've, oh, I call it so. Oh, wait. As far as I know, I've never spent more than $60 on a game, and that's for new games, yeah. I've definitely paid too much for a game before. I'm certain I have, but I just don't think I know it yet. I bought a fake game once. That's yeah, I paid too much for that because it wasn't real. Most people I know nowadays buy everything online. I try to buy discs when it's an option. Yeah, that's the thing, is like, I like having the physical discs, but they're really kind of meaningless nowadays. I don't really believe there's, you know, for any console that has internet connectivity, I don't believe there exists such a thing as a physical collection. Because everything that comes out, you know, has day one patches and updates. So, you know, once you're, even if you have the physical disc, if something goes wrong with your console 15 years from now and they're not making or selling that console anymore, then you really only have half a game, right? Because you have what was on the disc at release and not all of the patches and updates that came out during its lifespan. And really no way to get them for the most part. Sometimes that's a benefit. Sometimes patches do make things worse. For speedruns, yeah. Yeah, that's definitely true. Oh, I disagree. I'm not saying they're completely the same thing as a downloaded copy, but I'm just saying that they're not a physical disc doesn't mean nowadays what it used to mean. That's all I'm saying, and that's what I'm bummed out about. Like, because even though, you know, even though I have my gripes about physical games not being complete, I still prefer to buy them physically. I'm still solidly in the physical media, the pro physical media camp. Usually the Game of the Year edition of games are released well patched. That's true too. That's a good point there. If you hold off for a deluxe or Game of the Year edition of a game, if you wait that long and get that one, then you usually get everything that's ever been for it. That's a very fair point. I misunderstood what was going on. I thought they were both dying. Please don't make me repeat. Please don't make me repeat stage 3, boss. I really like this giant robot boss. I love this boss. This boss is amazing. It's a great fight. It's huge and intense, but learnable. I really don't have any complaints about this boss fight. Took me a while to figure it out, but you know, once you know it, it's very doable, but not in a lazy way like a lot of the, you know, 8-bit Contra bosses are, you know, just stand in one spot and cheese them. That's good. It's a good boss. That might be my favorite Contra boss so far, actually, like across the series. I might like that more than the Skull Ship. I don't know. The Skull Ship is pretty good. That might be better. It's hard to decide. Oh, wow. Where's this weapon been all my life? The letter C is wonderful. I'm the odd one. I actually prefer digital games, Greg says. Less storage space needed, easier to go from game to game, especially if your game collection spans multiple consoles. I can't argue at all with the convenience of digital games. And especially, if you're a portable gamer, certainly the benefits for moving around are tremendous. No. That's why I never knew the C weapon was so good. It's because the item drops are not consistent. There's some randomness to them. I must have been getting the spread much more often. I'm so trash at this stage. I've learned the first 3 stages. Like, it was hard, but I learned them. This stage, I just continue to be trash at everything I do. I think this stage is where my playthrough through the Contra series dies. I don't know if I'm ever going to learn to do this bicycle stage. That part is so dumb. That thing didn't kill you this time? Which thing didn't kill me this time? I don't always necessarily die in the same places, but I always die with the same frequency. Cool looking boss graphically, but I am not a fan of the overly jank. One hit from them kills you, but they take dozens of hits fairness issues. I mean, we are only human, and they are robots. It would make sense that they have more endurance than us, right? I can't be too upset about the one-hit kill thing because, you know, Super Ghouls and Ghosts is my favorite game, and you only get 2 hits in that game, so this is only 1 hit less. I can't really complain. The flail arm thing right before the black robot section. Yeah. If you time it right, you can go under it. I just don't do that very well. Alright, time to get more mobile against this guy too. Hiding in the corner is not working for me. It did work for me, but it doesn't work for me consistently, so. Maybe, but still, since when are video games supposed to make logical sense anyway? If video games made logical sense, they would be terribly uninteresting. You know, if I could remap my buttons, if I could remap my inputs so that it was impossible to fall off of something like this when you're trying to jump, I would do it in a heartbeat. So, like, I know these guns are shooting at me from the top and bottom, like, corner of this enemy, but I cannot spare any brain power toward focusing on dodging those bullets. Well, certainly when we pick this back up again on Friday, I'm going to have to put a much more modest title. I don't know, my friends. I think I might be worn down. I think this game has probably beaten me. I got called up from the minor leagues to the 16-bit league. They're gonna send me back. I actually got upset at the game I was playing too. No worries. We've been at it for 6 hours, and I feel like I've been on stage 4 for the past 2. I'm just not getting any better. I don't know. I'm thinking maybe a rest and recovery might be mandatory at this point. So I think we'll wrap it up. I'll find us a target to raid. And while I'm looking around, I will tell you thank you for being here, my friends. I have really enjoyed your company, and I appreciate your patience as I have struggled through this for so long, and I just not getting any better at it tonight. But we will try it again. I am determined. I'm determined to beat every Contra game. It's going to happen. So we'll pick it back up again on Friday night, and maybe then I'll be, I don't know, maybe something will happen over the next couple of nights, and I'll come back smarter, and I'll be able to do a better job. But I'm thinking Friday night, we'll put it on the schedule for then. I should be back tomorrow night as well. 10:30 p.m. Central Time is about the time I start up. Sometimes sometimes a little earlier, sometimes a little later. That's the target time. And tomorrow night we're going to play Pac-Man World on the PlayStation 1. We've been playing that for a while and we're pretty far along, so we're going to pick it back up. and see how much progress we can make in that for the first few hours of the stream. And then I'm thinking in the second part, we'll pick up Alien 3 one more time, because I think I can do Alien 3 deathless. And since I think I can do it, we should give it a try. So if some of those things interest you, then hopefully I'll be lucky enough to enjoy your company again very soon, my friends. And if not, well, there are always lots of other different things coming up in the future. Thanks, Frownie. Thank you, Boat Ladder. Always appreciate your company, my friend. I'm going to point us in the direction of Abby Rebel. Abby's been doing a sort of Mario marathon. I don't think it's first playthroughs. I think it's mostly revisiting favorites. But I can't tell you for sure. But we can head in that direction and enjoy a little bit of Mario 64 DS is what they've got going on tonight. So hopefully it'll be a good place to sort of relax and decompress after so much brutality from Contra. Oh, what a time, what a time. But yeah, one last time, thank you very much, my friends. Like I said, I really appreciate you, and I hope I get to see you again soon. But that's all from me for tonight. It's time to head out, so let's go on an adventure.